She shows that she has a Houston police report on her desk. She shows that she was at the doctor's office for where is it? Oh, and then she shows that the reason for her visit was facial injury, trauma. You get me? Then she shows, oh, what are causes? A bone injury which may result from a hard direct hit. Basically showing her side. And then it says this doctor's note that excuses her from, going to work or school. Now, people have counter arguments to what she has shown, but let me finish reading what she stated. I don't owe you guys proof, especially you vile, hateful monsters, profiting and taunting a victim of severe violence. A police report was made, and investigation is ongoing, and I am indeed long physical fight healing with lots of upcoming appointments. Please stop contributing to making this a mental struggle as well. I'm heartbroken and disgusted. Sorry guys, it was blurry.
You have watched a portion of the video, and I'm going to leave the link down in the description. So just Google the break lady and you're going to see the entire thing. You're going to be able to watch more of these videos that people are sharing. But there are just a few things I want us to take away from this. There's a lot of drama going on here, but for me, I like to stay away from the drama part. I like to learn something from every story. And so instead of dwelling on the drama part, I want us to focus on a few things here that we can learn, especially for us as immigrants. There's a lot in this story that we can learn, and maybe we will not put ourselves in the same position as Rhoda is today. If we can learn these few things, if we can take note instead of just paying attention to the drama. First, let's just give a little background of Rhoda that I found. She is an immigrant. She's from Somalia, to be exact, and she lives in Texas. This incident, I think it happened in Texas, so I assume she's in Texas, in the Austin community. And she's actually said to be a PhD student at the University of Texas. You heard what she said in her video. She got hit with a brick or rock, somewhere between the two, and all these men were standing around. These black men, okay, that's how she termed it. All these black men were standing around, and none of them could come to her help. Nobody could come to rescue her. Nobody could come to stand up for her, to be a man, like she called it. I mean, she used, I'm not really going to play a lot of that here because my channel is family friendly, and there's a lot of effing in her explanation. But you can go ahead and watch the video. I'm going to leave the link, like I said. My heart goes out to any woman or any man anywhere in the world who suffers such violence. Nobody should have to go through this. There is no need at all. There should be no reason for which anyone will want to put their hands on somebody else. So there's no justification for that. And I really wish, if this story happened like she explained it, like she narrated, I'm hoping that Rhoda can come up and give some description of this man, because I want to believe that both of them were having a conversation before. There was something going on, because I don't think there was any random man passing by that would just pick up rock and just start stoning, or just pick up a brick, like she said, and just hit you in the face. So there must have been a conversation going on or something going on. So I believe she will be able to have some description of this man that she can give, so others who have seen him or people who know him will be able to at least come up and say something.
Now, the argument that people are arguing is that when you call the Houston Police Department, they state that there is no investigation or there is nothing going on with her situation. There is a police report on her table, but someone has pointed out that She did not turn that in, I guess, because when they hand you a copy of your police report, it's the yellow and pink paper that's at the bottom. They keep the original, you know, the original made.
Because actually, there's a lot of things here. But like I said, we want to focus on what we can learn as immigrants. The first thing that I noticed here is that Rhoda has a little controversial online history. So watching some of her videos that I saw on TikTok that's circulating, and like I said, I will leave a link to some of the videos, you can go and watch them. But I just want us to know that whatever you do in life, there's a certain age when you reach in life, you want to be careful what you do. We all coming up in life, we make mistakes, we all do crazy stuff, we all do crazy things. But when you reach a certain stage in life, where life and people start to hold you accountable, you got to be careful what you do, what you say. That's one thing I want us to realize. This can be one that's not only for immigrants, it can be one that's for anybody out there, especially if you have a cell phone in your hand and you go live or going this, or you somebody who creating content or doing anything. You have to be careful what you put out there, because tomorrow it's going to come back to haunt you. There are a couple of videos she has out there where people claim she was doing a skit for, I think, maybe International Women's Day or Mother's Day, something like that. And she's actually hitting these men. But people just took the few seconds of her slapping and twerking. And that's the one that's actually making headway. I watched the earlier video to that. The clip before that, I think she had it on her Instagram. It's one thing that I want us to take note of, because anybody will see that and believe that, oh wow, she's a violent person, oh wow, she's a rude person, oh yeah, she goes around hitting people. There's another video where she's even hitting an older gentleman. Yeah, so these are things that you want to be careful when you're doing. You want to be very mindful when you're putting these kind of things out there, because tomorrow these are things that people are going to look at. You never know whether everybody's going to be able to see the first portion of that video. You never know how many people are going to be able to see the actual one without seeing the one that you recorded or you posted before that, where you both going through the negotiation. There are a lot of videos out there where she's bashing black men, and you know, these are things you want to be very careful of, because I like to say to people, it's good to stay in your lane. I always like to remind people, especially us immigrants, it's always good to remain in your lane. Remember, you came to America, you are an immigrant. And this is something we should keep up in our heads. No matter what you have, even if you were given that piece of paper that says you're being recognized as a citizen, please, you're a citizen by paper. These are things that you always have to keep at the back of your head, honey. Whoever you are as an immigrant, remember your place. You are in America, or you're in whatever country you find yourself in. You went there for a reason. You are there for a reason, whatever reason you went there for. If you came to get an education, go get your education. I always advise people, go back to your home country. Use that education to build your home country. If you desire to live in America and achieve the American dream for yourself, live in America, be at peace with people around you, because you always remember your place. You are an immigrant. You're a stranger in a country. You came here to hustle, like we say. Do your legal hustle. Mind your own business. Stay in your lane. From what I see in social media, this could be an opportunity for you to actually come and maybe we can sit and have a conversation. And maybe people can get to know you better, Rhoda. Get to know the person you are. If you're truly that hateful person, or you're truly this person who just goes around hitting men and causing trouble in your community, like some people claim. Like you say in that video where you're sitting on the hospital bed, you're not a bad person. I believe you're not a bad person. Maybe sometimes you just make a few bad choices. Or maybe you just want the clicks. Maybe you just want the view. Maybe you just want that fame. You just want to be the one who has the most viewed video at the time. You want to be trending like you are right now. And another thing I would want us to take note of is, as young women, I think in 2020, there's a video that I watched that she made in 2020 where something similar. She came out somewhere, I think the club or somewhere, and she said someone hit her on the cheek and they tried to beat her up. What has she done to people? Because she's trying to be better in life. She's trying to be a doctor, and people just hit her, and group of men jump on her and they beat her up. And so I think she created another GoFundMe for that. She raised a few $1,000s. And now in 2023, similar incident, and according to the new GoFundMe page, it has seen over $42,000. And so some people are saying, especially people who follow from the first time, who knew about the first incident, they're saying that she's actually using this as a way of robbing people and faking these things. And I would just like to say to this that this is not a good thing. None of this seems to be good at all if you're faking these situations. Because there are people out there who actually need help. And by doing these kind of things, we make the people who actually need help to be denied. This is not the way to go. If that is actually a real thing, that you're just faking these things, that is so not good. Because there are thousands of people out there who desperately need real help. And you're taking that away from them. And you're a young woman. I think I heard you have a kid. You're trying to be a doctor. I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying don't live your youthful life. I'm not saying don't enjoy life. Like they say, living the best life. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to live your best life. But I just also want you to remember that there are certain spaces that you just cannot be in. It's just not reasonable enough to want to be in certain spaces all the time, or maybe usually, because these two incidents that I've seen, that you've gotten beat up or gotten hurt allegedly, they were in similar setting, in a club. So if you go to a club for the first time and get beat up, honey, and you have to ask people to help you go to the hospital and get treated, why would you want to still keep going to the club? There comes a time in life when people have to sit and make choices. Just make better choices. Make better choices, or maybe the places you go, maybe the people you hang out with. Just make some better choices. Because if you don't, sooner or later, you might end up in getting into a bigger trouble somewhere. It might not be you getting hurt this time. It might be you hurting somebody. Because if you keep going to the club and people keep beating you up and hurting you like that, the next time you go in there, you might want to go ready to revenge. And so you just want to be careful with where you find yourself. And this goes to everyone. Every young woman. I want to say this to you. There comes a time in life when you have to choose the people you hang out with, choose the places you go, choose the things you do. Because if you don't, you're treading on the wrong path. A path that will hurt your life. Or a path that might ruin you. So I hope you take note, and I hope everyone listening, everyone who stumbled upon this video, I want you to take note. Forget about the drama part. Let's focus on the lessons that we can learn from this.